Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. Want to talk to you about a subordinate city general that's been overlooked by almost everybody, and it's a really good one, and it's free in the tavern. Speaking of things that are almost free, packs when you use Aptoid. Well, not quite, right? Like just a little bit of percentage, but it all helps. Anyways, the code you've been using for the last week is expired now, and there is a new one. It is Discord, and it is being promoted by Aptoid in their Discord. You could also join my Discord, Evony Addicts with Genghis, but here is the Aptoid Gaming one. And in here, it also has news about Aptoid Wallet coming to iOS, Apple. That's right. So anyways, you could check it out in here. Lots of new stuff, exciting stuff. They've really revamped their Discord, and in doing so, show them some love. Use the Discord code. Now, let's look at some generals. First, I'm going to show you, I'll just talk about specifically some tavern generals that you can get, and then we'll get to why this other one is so good. So we can look at, I have a fully ascended CC, and this is old. I don't use her anymore. I'm just kind of don't really want to waste it and just kill her and take the blood, but I might. Anyways, you can see what she does. She's mounted and ground general, mostly ground, but she's good with mostly defense that she helps bring down. Let's look at Yan Carroll, because this is going to be a key part for him. So he does enemy troop defense, enemy mount attack, enemy siege machine defense and HP 30%. And then if you can ascend them, right, like all sorts of other stuff, he also has his specialties. Now, let's look at who else we're going to look at here. Nero is a good comparison that we have here. So Nero ends up giving you 35% HP debuff for all troops, not just one. And then he also gives you some HP if you do the final spec with him. And right here, enemy troop defense. He does also a little bit of defense and attack as well. Who else could we look at here? Andrew Jackson. So Andrew Jackson, also free, available in the tavern for just gems and gold. And he mostly does mounted troop attack, a little bit of ground troop, and some ranged troop attack. All that, I'm sure you guys could look at it. You guys could see the value in them. There's also Gilgamesh, a premium general. And if you look here at the specs, we got some good stuff there. Minus 15 defense and HP for range and siege. And then we got minus defense. Then we got here, reduce enemy ground attack, range, siege, defense 40%, a little bit more on 6 stars. And realistically, how high are you going to get these guys, right? Let's look at the general in the tavern. This is really good and makes me rethink everything I have going on here. So let's go into Russia over here, and we're talking about Catherine the second. So it looks like she sucks, right? Like, ooh, training speed, 35%. Never going to use her. And then this, not much going on there. And then again, more training and gold. Yeah, okay, not really going to use her. Look at her ascensions. First one, 10% range, siege, HP, and defense. That's 40% debuff right there, but 10 of the good stuff, right? And then the next one, same thing, 15%. So now we're at 25% of all 4 things that are really hard to debuff. And the next one, it's going to add a little bit of range and siege attack, and then some other, troop death to survival. But then 4 stars, 20% more defense and HP. So now we're at 45%. And then at the end, range and siege attack 25, add the other one, that's 35. So she does 35% debuff on range and siege attack, and 45 on defense and HP for range and siege. That is like unheard of, honestly. Nero does 35% HP for all. These two are doing 45, focusing on the really important ones. And then they also do some attack and defense. And Nero only does like a little bit of defense with it. He doesn't do the 45%. So this is outstanding. Like you could have 10 of her, and that's 450% HP and defense for range and siege debuff. Like, obviously I wouldn't go with 10 of her, but when you're, when you kind of have empty spaces, don't overlook her. Really consider her, especially if you're looking through the tavern for somebody, especially if you're a larger player who's not the heaviest of coiners. So you have lots of siege and people siege attack you and you really want to debuff that. That could be something that you really want to look out. Anyways, you guys can look at it, figure out what's best for your own subs with the math that you're going with, which help you need debuff on, which particulars. But keep her in mind. Don't be thrown off by that crappy main skill that she has. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.